Hi everybody, Straight Talking Arsehole here. I've just come back from the pub. I've had a couple of pints. I've had a mega busy day. I've been sending emails all day. The response to this plan of mine has gone beyond my wildest dreams. We're talking about, I think I've done 500 emails today. My phone keeps going beep, 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 like that all day since I put the posts out. And it's going to take me a while to wade through. In fact, I'm going to need the 2 weeks holiday in Turkey to wade through what I've got to do. So I'm just going to give you an update as far as I'm concerned. Now, because I've got 50 minutes on YouTube, I can take a bit longer than I have been able to. TikTok and that is 2 minutes ain't enough. So I've posted on X and TikTok how you can contact me if you want to. But really, I'd rather you didn't until at least like 3 days before I'm due back, because I'm swamped already and it's just me on my own. I'm hoping to I was going to do 30 people on the team, 36 probably, to make it work. But the response has been so massive, I'm just going to wait and see what the crack is as to where we go. I've had offers of money from sponsors, offers of intel on government ministers from people who've worked within the security services and know what the crack is. I've had offers from people who work in government and are prepared to whistleblow on the bent ones. I've literally had every man and his dog. I've had surveillance teams, special branch team, ex-special branch people, across the crime spectrum, detectives, surveillance trained, crops officers, able to bug properties, able to record from a distance, security teams of every kind you can see what you think of. People who work in the private sector, stopping people, catching people having a divorce, having a shag over the side from divorce, and they'd rather get involved in something a bit more meaty, and they want to come in with us. And the criteria is going to be basically this: you have to be like me, prepared to work hard. In all my time at work, apart from when I was mentally unwell for 2 years and I had my pension to look after me, I never took a day sick, not one, from 1976 to 2009. Because to me, sick leave is just piss weak people. If you can walk, you can work, in my book. That's what the military teaches you. If you can walk, you can work. So if you're a fucking Mr. Sickie, don't bother. If you're lazy, don't bother. If you're fat as fuck, don't bother. I don't want you. I don't want anybody who can't run a mile pretty quick. I don't want anybody who doesn't look after their own body, because healthy body is a healthy mind. So if you're a lazy loaf, don't bother. I'm not paying people to sit on their arse smoking fags. Everybody who works for me will be pulling hard at the same train. Like, when I was around filming for Pompey, they'd give us an 8-man team on a telegraph pole with handles. If people didn't pull their weight, other people used to struggle. I'm not having that. I'm not going to do that. So the plan is, going forward, I'm up for anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care what colour you are. I don't care what creed you are. I don't care what country you come from. I had one guy phone in from Canada, wants to come across and work as ex-Special Force in Canada. That's a fucking start, isn't it? We're going to fly over and live here until we fix the problem. Because he's sick of it over there, but he's got no voice. So that's where we are. You're going to have to be hard working. Now, I'm going to ask for some people to look after the company, because I've never run a company in my life apart from a covert haulage company for serious organised crime. I've never run a business. I don't know how business works. I don't know how that works. I don't know how all the paperwork works. But I do know how to lock people up properly. I do know how to cattle truck bad people. That's my forte. I've done it undercover. I've done it as a detective on the flying squad. I've worked against the worst people, the best people, depending on which. I liked them all, but some people say they were the worst in the world. But I got on really well with them. When I was undercover, I got on well with them. In fact, I liked a lot of the gangsters I infiltrated more than my personal friends. They had far more loyalty than my personal friends. My personal friends would stab me in the back as soon as I walked out the door. Gangsters, the proper ones, not the new ones, the Chris Cabbers of the world, who don't know loyalty at all, but the ones I used to work with, like the Freddie Foreman types, not the Krays, because they were before me, but the old school gangsters, they don't stab you in the back. They're real men. When they talk to you, they're real men. I'm going to do a podcast soon with Joey Pyle's granddaughter, Honey. She's been in touch. I admired Joey Pyle because he was a good man. Although he was a gangster, he had morals. And that's what I want. I want people with morals, people with backbone, people who are fit, people who can fight, because we are going to be attacked by people. I've already had some threats already. A couple of people saying, when I find you, I'm going to kill you, you cunt, that kind of stuff. Well, mate, if that's what you want to do. I'm not frightened of anybody. The only people I've ever been frightened of in my life are those who can outrun a Glock bullet. And I've not met one yet. And I'm not saying I'm hard, that's not the case. I just don't care. if I couldn't have gone 70 years undercover, if I was worried about my life, because there was many times in that 70 years, I nearly did die. You know, I've had many instances where I could have died. And the worst thing of being undercover was not that they thought I was a cop, but they thought I was a grass. And people a couple of times did think I was a grass. But for my people speaking skills, I wouldn't be here today. You know, and I'm used to tragedy. A lot of my friends are dead already. On the flying squad, a lot of them are dead. And bearing in mind, they've only been out, they've only had 10 years of their pension, they're fucking dead already. So I don't worry about my life. 3 people have died around me in the last 3 years. In care homes and at home, being winched out of bed by carers to have their nappies changed, covered in balls and sores on their backs, screaming, "Get off me, you foreign cunts," to the carers, which is unfair, but they're old people and they're racist. They were racist back then. But I'm not. That's not me. I am a straight-talking, straight-working, honest guy. I've never told a lie to anybody I liked. When I was undercover, I lived a lie for 17 years. I was Judas the Iscariot. I was a bad man. Not a nice person, but I was doing it for the right reasons, to lock people up who needed locking up. But I have simple attitudes on a lot of things. I don't believe that drugs should be illegal. I think it should be legalised. Then get all the angst out. Then they wouldn't have the Chris Cabbers shooting people to control the drugs turf. You know, you wouldn't have the guy running into the house in Liverpool and blasting the kid controlling the drugs turf. We've got it all wrong in this country, and that's just a few. But I'm not here to solve crime. I'm not getting involved in crime. All I'm interested in is bent people in public office. Bribery, malfeasance in public office. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up a website and we're going to put our terms and conditions out there. Our mission statement is to stop that, or at least reduce it as much as we can. Job number 1 when we get together, well, we'll have a meeting. There'll be a meeting of all of us who want to come in, for want of a better word, an interview day on the 1st of December, or the nearest date that they can get a warehouse or wherever we're going to have it. Depends on how many people want to come on board. If you want to come on board, all you've got to do is email me the numbers that you've got, or text me. I'll write your name in the book, and you will get an interview, regardless of who you are. If you're a woman, we want women. I want women who can blend and sit in cafes and listen to what people are saying to the person next to me and come back and tell me what they said. Because we're going to do everything that the NCA do badly. I mean, I was on serious organised crime, which became the NCA, because they were underperforming. And they haven't changed, because what they didn't do was kick all the staff off and start again. And when I joined the NCA, it was an amalgamation of MI5, the police, and HMRC Customs. And I would say, on the undercover unit, which we had the MRC boys, they couldn't fucking buy a gram of coke. Never mind infiltrate organised crime. I wouldn't walk into anything on a proper job where there was danger, because they were all wooden tops. They all had black brogue shoes on and neat hair and moustaches. And they'd never done a proper job, none of them. They went to Cyprus to infiltrate expats over there, and the criminals over there sent them home and said, "Fuck off, you wallies, we know you're law enforcement. Look at the state here. Look at what you're wearing. You know, you've got 5 bobs worth of clothing on because you're too tight to buy decent gear." So the NCA, I'll be very surprised if it's been successful at all. It might pump out it is, but the truth is, it fucking ain't. 5 tons of cocaine seized on the port of Southampton, no prisoners. No point. No point at all. How many teams of people smugglers have had off? Since I left 10 years ago. They came in 10 years ago. How many people smugglers have had off? How many stopped the boats have they had? Not many, if any. And then when they do pump it up, they put out the people smuggling gang smashed. One guy. That's not a gang. A gang has structure. It has a chain of command. It uses violence to enforce its laws. It has money, bundles of it. I challenge the NCA, Mr. Bigger, because you ain't bigger, you're tiny in my book. I challenge you to put a report out saying how much you've seized from evil people smuggling gangs in the Channel in the last 10 years. Oh, nothing. I thought so. That's why we're fucked. Because the police are fucked. 25% of cops do all the work, 25% of the NCA do all the work, 25% of detectives do all the work, 25% of uniform officers do all the work. So I'm not recruiting any of them. I want hard-nosed, hard-working motherfuckers who know what they're doing, know what they're about, and they've got a goal to clean this shit country up before it's too late. So the website will come up with all the job specs on it. If it fits you, apply. And if you will get an interview, if you put an application in, you will get it, because I don't judge people on what's written on paper. I found to my what's the word I'm looking for? Regret that people can write a good book but can't fucking walk the walk. There's like all these social media platforms. They're all giving it a big, yeah, I know what I'd fucking do. Yeah, bosh, bosh, bosh. You're a fucking nonce, as some cop called me. You're a paedophile, you're a wanker, you're a Walter Mitty. And we're going to find out the worst thing he's ever done in his life is stop somebody at speeding. But he thinks he can tell me I'm a cunt. You couldn't make it up. All the people talk about racism, left, you're a racist, you're a nonce, you're a paedophile. And what do? Oh, you're 21, you just left university, and you've got a degree in biblical studies. Well done. You can definitely criticise me. You've got the right. They all think they're fucking clever. I've never met such a bunch of dimwit graduates in all my life. In fact, that's why the police has gone downhill, because they went for the graduate entry. Who in business wants graduate entries? They're as much use as a one-legged man at a bum-kicking party. So, I'm going to Turkey for a holiday to see my daughter and have a bit of a chill out. I'm coming back on the 15th. That's if I don't get nicked, go to jail, or get shot when I'm on stage with Tommy Robinson. I'm going to put a sign on my head saying, this is the target. Like Donald Trump, I'll probably come back with a big earring or something. Because people are happy with me. I've had a phone call from a guy who's ex-security service. Says, just have had a tip-off, mate. They're on your case and they're after you. Well, I'm going to say the security service or anybody else in that. If you can charge me with being honest in the built-up area, and that becomes a crime in the statute books, you've got me. Otherwise, fuck off. I don't care how good you are. You'll never catch me doing anything wrong. All right? So if you want to catch me, you've got to catch me with a crime. You can't charge me being honest. Somebody said, oh, they're going to get you for having an insurrection, causing an insurrection. How can you say it's an insurrection if all we're doing is nicking the bent of politicians? Because truthfully, nobody's ever looked at them. That's why they're so greedy and so fucking wrong now. Because nobody has ever investigated politicians. They're just taking this red. Oh, that's allowed. Thief, £20,000. Have it, mate. Don't worry about it. Your expenses bill for Angela Rayner, 200 grand plus for the year. Don't worry, you can have it. Take the free clothing. Take the glasses. Take whatever you want. 2 Kia Steer. 2 Kia Steer. 2 Kia Star. 2-tier Kia Starmer. Fucking hell. But it's just, the world's mental. And you know why Trump's going mad? Because he's going to cane them as well. And if you don't get in, the world's fucked. If Trump don't get in America, I'm moving to Turkey to live where the decent people live. Because this country's going to fall to shit. If I was him, I'd bail out of NATO, say, fuck you, go on with it, you wankers. Go and fight Putin yourselves. You started it. But there you go, I digress. So, 1st December, website active. Sorry, not first. As soon as you get back from Turkey, hopefully website active. 1st December, interviews. And then going from there, after we've had the interviews, we'll have a recruitment, we'll have a start, and the start date for the company will be the 1st of January 2025. And as obviously if you get in, you'll be updated. Once you get in, you become under strict rules of silence. There'll be nobody bringing phones to work, their own phones, when they'll leave them at home when they come. Wherever we're meeting, we leave our personal phones at home. We'll be having burner phones, which will be issued by us and paid for by us, and we'll throw them every week. Once we've done a job, we throw everything we've used that week into the bin. Start again. Okay? We're not going to get caught by how criminals get caught, because I know how they get caught, and I'm not letting us get caught. Okay? Nobody will find us until after we've done our work. They won't be able to put bugs on our cars, because we'll have other things set up to stop that. When you've been in the game, you know how to not be in the game. Don't you? So, it's going to be great. First 3 months, no money. That'll sort the wheat out from the chaff. Those that want to be there and those that don't. After 3 months, on the 3rd month, we'll be paid. Whatever we've got in the pot for the whole company, whatever we've made, whatever we've been donated, whatever we've got from everywhere, we're going to get money. If there's 100 people on the team and we've got £2 million in the pot, once we've paid our expenses, the 100 people will share that money that month. And that will be every month the same. We'll share what we've made between the group. No, we'll all be equal. There'll be nobody in front of anybody else, no rank, no nothing. The only people who really are in charge is going to be whoever can get to take control of the company, who's got a business mind, who knows how to run a company, because I don't. They're the only ones who are going to be probably on a bit more money. But the rest of us, we're all going to be on the same wage. Every single man and woman on that job. So, if you're interested, on my profile, on X and TikTok, the numbers are there. I'm looking forward to working with you all, because we're going to have a fucking ball. And if I was the politicians, I'd be starting to get some new panties and clean out. Change the boxes required if you're dishonest. If you're honest, not a problem. Not a problem at all if you're honest. But if you're not, look out. Bye-bye.